Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Sir, my camera is not opening. Why?
Sir, no problem, sir. Camera is not essential, sir. Here your voice is
Oh,
so clear.
see, camera open means other participants also see. No, that's why. So
Mm,
here, what the message I got it close other apps that might be used your camera like that. It's coming. Whether camera is open or not, sir.
yes, sir. I think you can now open now. Here I am change some settings.
Okay. Now also try again.
Yes, sir. You can.
Reconnect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Participants, please turn off your camera. Participants, please turn off your camera.
Sir,
Sir.
camera it's not opening.
Sir, I think some of the participants are they're on their cameras, sir. So please check your connection, sir.
That is why, yeah. If you are using external camera, disconnect and reconnect it. Close and reopen the browser.
Some of the participants are open their cameras, sir, and so
Okay, that's why. Can you
I think
inform them to close their camera?
yes, sir. I informed them, sir. I informed them. All of them are closed, sir. Now nobody does not on their cameras, sir.
It's okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. No problem, sir.
Okay. Can we start, sir?
Sir, we can start now, sir.
Ah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, Karthik, sir.
Ah, yes, sir.
Sir, please start, sir.
Okay, sir. So, good evening to all participants. So, before starting session, so my voice is audible, sir. Hello,
Yes,
my
sir, it
voice is
is
audible.
audible. It's very
Okay,
clear.
thank you. Thank you. So before starting these sessions, I would like to thanks to Sun Virtual Learning and the organizer for arranging a wonderful uh, workshops like a guest lecture related to plagiarism. So nowadays it is a needy topic to all. I hope that there are so many academician as well as the research scholar is there. May I know how many of them research scholar is there? If research scholar means you put a yes in the chat box, others you put no. So I want to know the combination of research scholars and academician. So kindly put your yes or no like that. So I want to know how many of them research scholars here. Yes. Okay. Others you put no. So that means you are a academician. Yes, yes, sir. Okay, okay, okay. So I think majority of the research scholars. So you might have know about the concept of plagiarisms or may not know that. Uh, okay, we should deal with the what are the types of plagiarism, how we can avoid, what are the tools we have to follow the plagiarism. So the The first one is what is meant by plagiarism first. So from these definitions, you might know that plagiarism is a art of taking a writing of other person and passing them off as we like own. It is like a fraudulence. Yes, it is closely related to forgery and some piracy practices generally in violation of copyright law. You all know that. So simply, plagiarism means it is like an act of taking or attempting to take others' work as ours works, just like a direct copy and paste or modification or some changes of the words from the original information from the internet or magazines or newspaper or research or journal. So these are the called as plagiarism. So this is a plagiarism given by American Association of University Professors. So next slide please. Next slide. Okay. So next topic is happening of the plagiarism. So next slide. In the happening of the plagiarism, we are divided into subpart. That is, one is unintentional plagiarism, another one is intentional plagiarism. So first we are going to see about unintentional plagiarism. In unintentional plagiarism, it all happening because of first paraphrasing very poorly. You all know that what is paraphrasing. So paraphrasing means changing few words without changing the sentences or the structure of the original, or changing the sentences structure but not the words. This is called as paraphrasing. Then another one is quotating poorly. Quotating poorly means putting a quotation marks around the part of the quotation, but not around all of it. So just we start the quotation, but we should not end the quotation. This is also unintentionally do the plagiarisms. Then citing poorly. Citing poorly means it is very important. Omitting occasional citation or citation is inaccurately. That means not giving a references completely or not following the references structure. So that all we will see later. Next slide, please. Next one is intentional plagiarism. Under intentional plagiarism, we have subdivided into four. The first one is passing off one's own pre-written papers from the internet or other sources, or copying essays or articles from the internet, online sources, or electronic database without quoting and giving a credit, or just cutting pasting from more than one source to create the paper without quoting or giving credit to the author. So these are happening for intentional plagiarism. Sometimes plagiarisms also happen from stealing others' ideas or words from the students or from the sources without giving credit. So these are called as intentional plagiarism. So intentional plagiarism will happening false information or copying from the e-resources or cutting, pasting or stealing others' idea or words. These are happening of the plagiarism. If you are divided into how the plagiarism is happening means one is intentionally, another one is unintentionally. So next slide please. Now we are going to see about identity of or identify the different types of plagiarism. You might know that what are the different types of plagiarisms. So next slide. The first one is clone. This is the word we are always hearing from the journal side or from the research. Anything we are hearing. What is meant by clone? Clone means an act of submitting others' works or word for word for word or others one's own. So this is called cloned. The another one is control C. We always know that how we are using control C. So just like a copy and paste, a written piece that contain a significant portion of the text from single source without any alterations. Just taking all the paragraph, copy and paste here. So this is called as control C. That you all know that. The next slide, please. Hmm. Find and replace and remix. This is also we know that. So find and replace means this is an act of changing keywords or phrases but retaining the essential contents of the source in the paper. So this is called just like find and replace. What in by remix? Remix means it is an act of paraphrasing from other sources and make the content fit together seamlessly, just like we have mixed that. Next slide. Next one is recycle and hybrid. Have you noticed this word recycle? Recycle means just like borrowing generously from one's own previous work without any citation. This is like a self plagiarism. Okay, so we are borrowing from others' works, but we are not showing the citation. Citation in the form of in the review of literature or in the reference. If both the review of literature either or references we are not quoted properly, this is also called as plagiarism. Then another one is hybrid. Hybrid means combining perfectly cited sources with the copied passages without any citation once the paper. So this is called a hybrid. Hybrid mode means just like a combination of both our paper and a copied paper, but without giving any citation. Next slide, please. Yes, mashup and four not error. You all know that sometimes the four not error will be happening. Okay, while we are searching any material, okay, any e sources. First, we will see what is mashup. So mashup means a paper that represent a mix of copied and material from several different sources without proper citation. That means we are copying from the different sources. Take different sources of 10 different sources and we put our paper but without giving any proper citation. That is called a mashup. Then 404 error. That means a written piece that includes citation and two non-existence or inaccurate information about the sources. So the information is not a accurate one. That is called as 404 error. Next slide. Aggregator and retweet. Have you noticed aggregated? Aggregated includes a proper citation, but the paper contain almost no original work. You are giving a citation, but it is not related to your original work. That means called as aggravator. Then retweet. That means the paper includes proper citation, but relates to closely the text original wording or some structure. This is called as a retweet. So these are the types of plagiarism. So normally there are 10 types of plagiarisms we have seen. We all know that what are the other types of plagiarism we will see. The next slide. This is the forms of plagiarism. So in the forms of plagiarism is the plagiarism of the text and plagiarism of the source code. First, we see what is the plagiarism of the text. Next slide, please. Under plagiarism of the textual plagiarism, it is commonly seen in the education and research. In textual plagiarism, entire word for bird were taken from the source, but without direct quotation. Suppose if you are giving a proper quotation, you can avoid the plagiarism. Okay, if you are not giving a proper quotation, for example, the textual plagiarism will be converted into without plagiarism. So normally the plagiarism will be allowed at 5 percentage. Okay, if you are quoting any quotations properly, then it can be allowed also. For example, if you are copying some sources from the any other sources, so you have to quote it as a quotations after giving a 5-inch space, and the quotation will be closed. So it will be like 4 to 5 lines that we can do, but giving a proper quotation and proper citation. If you are doing, it is not like a textual plagiarism. So the textual plagiarism means copying a portion of the text from the another sources without giving credit to the author, or without enclosing a borrowed text from the quotation marks. Then it is called as textual plagiarism. In textual plagiarism also, we have classified into different subcategories. So that will we have to listed out below that. So next slides. Yes. So these are the forms of plagiarism. In the plagiarism of the text, cloned plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism, metaphor plagiarism, idea plagiarism, and foreknowledge error plagiarism, self plagiarism, and retweet plagiarism. So some of the plagiarism we already seen. The first one is cloned plagiarism, means just copy and paste. Then paraphrasing plagiarism also we already seen. That means when we have a combination of the multiple research contribution of some others, and we have to present our own. We are just changing the structure and the patterns, just replacing the synonyms and applying different grammar style without giving any citation. That is called as paraphrasing plagiarism. Normally, the paraphrasing plagiarism is happening. Then, metaphor plagiarism means they are used to present others' idea in a clear and a better manner. This is also kind of the plagiarism. Then idea plagiarism means we are borrowing from others' sources and claiming as a own our research paper. Then self plagiarism, you all know that. That means our idea, uh, our usage, which can be used by our own previous published work, that we can claim it again, then it is called as self plagiarism or recycled plagiarism. So just now we are seeing about foreknowledge error plagiarism. That means author cites some references, but the sources are invalid. Then retweet plagiarism also we already seen. That means references proper source, but his or her presentation is similar to others' original work. Just changing the words or sentences or some grammar only we are changing. This is called as textual plagiarism. So, what are the forms in which textual plagiarism is happening? Next one is next type of plagiarism is called as, next slide. Yes, source code plagiarism. What do you mean by source code plagiarism? In source code plagiarism, codes written by others or copied or reused or modified or converted a part of code and claim as our own. This is called as source code plagiarism. Normally, we are always seen in education institution, and some of the academicians as well as the research scholars, they are also doing like a source plagiarism. So there are so many consequences they are also met. So what are the types of this plagiarism? The first one is manipulation from uh, plagiarism. So vignette means here the developer manipulate a program by just inserting or deleting or substituting others code in a existing program. Like in a program in a C++, just we have added or some deleting or some code we are changing. No, that is called as manipulations. So with or without acknowledging original source, but we are claim as our own program. So this is called as manipulation. And the second one is reorder structure plagiarism. This type of plagiarism, just the author reorder the statement or the functions of the program or changing syntax only of the program without referring the original source. That is called reordering structure plagiarism. And third one is no change plagiarism. That means here the author adds or removes white spaces and commands. Everything will be claimed as others programs. There is no change. No change as his or her own program. This is called as no change plagiarism. Another one is language switching plagiarism. That means we just change the languages. Our program written in one language and it is rewritten other language. So we declare as this work is our own works like that. So this is called as source coding plagiarism. So these are the two forms of plagiarism, and one is textual plagiarism, another one is source code plagiarism. The next one. So already we have seen many types of plagiarism. So under that I have divided into 5 types of plagiarism one by one. This is global accepted plagiarism. That is why it is called as global plagiarism. That means plagiarizing entire text. That means entire text by someone else or passing off their own. For example, if you get someone else to write a essay or the assignment for you, or if you find any text online and submit as your own works, like our students, if we are asking any assignments, they are just copy and paste from the online, then we have shown there as their own work. That is called as global plagiarism. How it is happening? It involves deliberately and directing. So it's just like a intentional plagiarism. Already we have seen no uh, unintentional plagiarism as well as intentional plagiarism. So just like we are directly laying of the authorship of our others' work as our own works. This should be, we have to avoid severely. It will be have a different consequences. How to avoid this type of plagiarism? That means you have to rewrite your own essay. Okay. For example, in a review of literature, have you noticed any content you have taken from some articles? You have to take that review of literature 5 or 6 sentences. You have to rewrite your own. When you are rewriting your own and changing some sentences and changing some grammar, then it automatically you can minimize or avoid the plagiarism. This is one type of plagiarism how we can avoid from the global plagiarism. Another one is another slide. Another slide, please. Yes, verbatim plagiarism. So, verbatim plagiarism means just copying words directly. It is also called as direct plagiarism. Copying and pasting someone information as showing as a own attribute. This is my contribution. This could be text completely identical to the original, maybe slightly alter if a structure or majority of the words will be the same as the original one. Normally in academic writing, you can and should refer these words of others. How you can avoid which one is correct, which one is incorrect. So just now we are seeing which one is incorrect, which one is correct. That means plagiarism is a reproduction of someone else word, ideas, or finding or presenting them as own without proper acknowledgement. Suppose if you are copying and pasting, but you are giving some references or some citation is if you are giving, then we can avoid the plagiarism. That means both in review of literature or are in references. So normally we are references quote, we can follow some MLA style or APA style or IEEE slide. So we can see later. Suppose we are copying others' works, but you are giving some citation to others' work, then it is not a verbatim plagiarism. So, verbatim plagiarism you can avoid if you are giving a credit to others' works. Then we can avoid verbatim plagiarism also. Next slide, please. Next slide. Paraphrasing plagiarism. So you know that. So already we have seen the paraphrasing plagiarism. Paraphrasing means what? Putting a piece of text into our own words. So paraphrasing without citations given to others' work, like quoting or legitimating way to incorporate ideas of the others as our own writing. It is only becomes plagiarism when it is plagiarism when you rewrite the sources of the points if you were as own. This paraphrasing plagiarism also you can avoid. How you can avoid? When you paraphrasing, cite your sources just as you would be quoting. Suppose if you translating a piece of text from others language without the citation, this is called paraphrasing. When you are translating text, if you are cited, then it is not a plagiarism. See, you are using some others idea, but even if you are changing the different languages, but you are giving a citation or credit to others. If you are giving credit to others, it will be added to that author also. So they can claim as a citation. You all know that what is citation and all. So they can claim for their own research work. So through which we can avoid the paraphrasing plagiarism also. Next one, please. Next one. Organizer. Still, slide is not moving. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Uh, Organizer,
Yes,
that
sir.
But the
is,
presentation is not visible.
yes, yes. It's changing, but it is not changing. It is not visible, sir.
It's not visible, sir.
Yes, yes. It is in the paraphrasing plagiarism only. Organizer, kindly change the slides.
Sir, whether the screen is visible, sir? Whether the screen is visible, sir?
Hello?
Yes, it
It
is
is
visible.
audible.
Yes,
Okay. So where I stopped? Patchwork, no?
Paraphrasing, sir. Paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing completed.
Yeah, that's what you stopped actually.
Okay, okay, okay. Next one is patchwork plagiarism. Patchwork plagiarism means what? Just like a stitching of two pieces of the cloth. So here, stitching of together the sources of their ideas. It's just like a mixed plagiarism. That means copying phrases, passages, and ideas of other sources and all putting them together and create a new text. So normally the students are doing like that. So they are taking content from different sources and just like a paste, cut and copy paste. This can involve slightly rephrasing the passages while keeping many of the same words, same basic structure as the original. Just we are inserting our own words here. If we are doing like that means it is called as patch. How we can avoid? So normally this can be avoided by using of technical tools like a plagiarism checker. You all know that Turnitin, Authenticate, or Quill Bolt. If we are using these tools, we can avoid these types of plagiarisms. So that we can see later what are the tools and techniques available for avoiding the plagiarisms. So next one, please. Yes, plagiarism of self. This is also already seen that so we can claim as so our previous submitted or the published paper we can reproduce again. That is called as self plagiarism. This is also academic dishonesty to present our own paper to further conferences or any publishers like Scopus or UGC Care. We can get the credit again for our own paper. This is called as self plagiarism. This should be, you have to avoid that. So these are the types of plagiarism. The five types of plagiarism we have seen. The next slide, please. So now we have seen what is plagiarism, what are the types of plagiarisms, then what are the forms of plagiarism, how we can avoid that also we already seen, and what are now we are going to see what are the consequences of the plagiarism in scholarly research. You all know that what will be happen, what are the consequences. The first one is academic repercussion. That means one of the most immediate consequences of plagiarism is academic penalties. That means depending on severity of the offense. So this is happening in academic field. So we get the suspension, or they can expel from the academic institution if we are doing like that. So these penalty have can long lasting effect on the uh, plagiarist, that is academician as well as professionalist. So normally this type of penalty is given for academician. The next one is damage to reputation. So our reputation will be damaged from our friends and known people or unknown people, and they will be treated as a dishonesty person. They will be treated as a undermine trust and credibility. This damage to reputation and hinder, it will be affect our career advancement and opportunities. So normally it affect our job prospects, as personal improvement and research collaboration. If you are research collaborate with the others, they will not collaborate with you, and we are not getting any funding from the institutions or funding from the agency also. This is third one is legal ramification. That means they will take legal consequences, especially if you copyright infringement involved. You all know that copyrights law protect original works of our other authors. If you are using other authors' works unauthorized, you are using or reproduction of others' works, you have to meet the consequences. The next one is professional consequences. Beyond the academic, plagiarism can have professional consequences for researcher. Even if you are research scholar, as a you can get the bad name from the employer and professional organization like a funding agency, because they have to follow the strict policy against the plagiarism. If you are caught them, then they cancel your membership. Then any awards we are getting, any funding projects we are got, so all of us will cut down. Then final one is ethical breach. Breach means violation. Plagiarism, it's not only violation of your academic norms, but also ethical breach. It goes against the principle of honesty, integrity, and fairness of your scholar research work. So it will affect your career as well as your reputation as well as your professional. Definitely, it will be affect your professional. So if you are doing plagiarism, you have to meet a lot of consequences. So the next one is whether you are doing intentionally or unintentionally. Okay. What are the ways in which you are avoiding plagiarism? This is you already have seen. So I have quoted few practices through which we can avoid the plagiarism. The first one is understand what do you constitute as a plagiarism. We all know that there are various form of the plagiarism, just like a textual plagiarism. Another one is source plagiarism. How we can avoid? So in textual plagiarism you can avoid. You are giving a quotation, a starting quotation properly and ending quotation properly, and it will be from the margin. Give the space, 5 inches space, then you can quote as your own. This is also you can use only 5 percentage of the entire text. Another one is source code. That means you give the you give uh, credit to others. That means you are giving citation to others. So through which also you can avoid the plagiarism. That is called as proper citation and references. This is also already you know that how you are following different citation style, like APA. APA means American Psychological Association. So normally this APA format will be used for the social science or psychology or education related fields. They are using APA format. Then another one is MLA format. You all know that Modern Language Association. So normally the literature people they are using, language people like Tamil, English, some other literature people they are using MLA format. Another one is you all know that Chicago style. Chicago style also we are using for some notes or bibliography. This is also similar to APA style. And some styles are we are using nowadays IEEE. So if you are uh, giving our paper in IEEE conference, so we have to change the styles. Normally, engineering people, computer science people, nowadays the social science peoples also using IEEE. So we are changing our paper into electronic format. Then, so these are the styles of the uh, these are the styles we are using normally. Another one is give credit where credit is due. This is always we are talking. So where we are giving credit to others' works, that means we are giving full credit to others' work, a proper citation, then we can easily avoid the plagiarism. Another one is avoid patchworking. Patchworking means just like a mixing of the text or the sources together. We are taking from the others different sources without giving any citation. So just like a close plagiarism, sorry, paraphrasing. Then another one is use quotation marks for direct quotations. This is already I have told in the textual plagiarism. Okay, so how we can avoid the textual plagiarism? Proper quotations given for the citations. So where we are taking your sources, even though it is not your own sources, if you are giving a proper quotation, then we can escape from the plagiarism. Then employ proper techniques for the paraphrasing. So normally you have to paraphrasing means someone other's idea or informations, just like rephrase it. How we can give, understand the source of material, where we have to take and use your own words and focus on the core message, maintain the original meaning. Sometimes if you are paraphrasing means there is no meaningful, don't do like that. That means we have tried to change all the words into our own words, and we have to compare the old version means already copied version, and the new version we have to compare how we are changing, whether just like I'm changing the structure or phrases or entire word we can change. If you are changing like that, automatically we can escape from the plagiarism. Then we have to get the feedback from the experts, give the corrections. So normally we are giving a correction for language corrections, no. So likewise we are giving a corrections, then we can escape from the plagiarism. Then another one is the manage your references and citation effectively. This is already we have seen. Even though there are so many tools we can use, Mendeley, you all know that Mendeley software or EndNote, so that we can organize the references, generate the citations, create the bibliography through which we can uh, choose the citation styles. The next one is seeking permission for reusing copyright material. This is also a good idea. Suppose if you are intended to reuse other copyright material such as images or table from the published work, we are to make sure obtain the permission from the copyright holder, that means original authors, and provide a proper attribution or citation wherever required. Then we can escape from the citation. So through which only we can avoid the plagiarism. Suppose if you are asking how to avoid the plagiarism, means if you are following this strategy, so this is the best practices to avoid the plagiarism. The next one please. Yes. Now we are going to discuss. You all know that now we are in the digitalized world. There are some tools and techniques for plagiarism detections. You all know that. The first one is plagiarism detection software. Have you seen what are the software it's available to detect the plagiarism? You all you may used like a Turnitin, Authenticate, or Grammarly, or Quillbolt. These are the software you can detect the plagiarism, but you should carefully use these softwares. You don't put in the online. Okay, for example, if you are turniting means you have to buy your own. There are uh, few turniting software is available, that is authorized software is available, turniting software you buy own. Grammarly also, you can check the few words in online also. If you want to buy, you can buy the original version of Grammarly. So Grammarly software is we used for checking or rephrasing the uh, words or structure. And nowadays coil bolt also available, that also you have to use. But when you are using, you must know whether it is authorized or not. That should be, you have to clearly watch that. So these are the software we can use and compare the submitted documents against the original documents. So normally if you are taking the Turnitin software, they can give the what is the percentage you are copying from the online sources, or some textual, or some PDF. What are the sources you can copied? So from that Turnitin, you can minimize, you can rechange your own idea. Okay, then you can avoid the plagiarism. This plagiarism detection software provides detailed report, so it will be given percentage wise. So it also show where the sources citation, where you are getting the information. Okay, so this is also permitted. So normally the 10 percentage is permitted for the thesis work. Even any Scopus database, any Scopus publications or Web of Science publication, so they can allowed only 10 percentage. If you are published in the UGC care, they can allow up to 20 percentage. So by using of this software, you can minimize the plagiarism. The next one is online search engine. There are a lot of search engine available, but the important search engine is Google and Bing. So nowadays, AI, they are also using AI software also. So like a Chat GPT. So you can use Chat GPT, but you are not simply believing the Chat GPT. You can take the Chat GPT information, but you have to rechange, rearranged. You don't believe simply from the online sources. Then cross referencing with the academic database. There are so many academic database available such as PubMed, JSTOR, Scopus. So there are a lot of uh, depository is available. You can use that depository, and but you are not copy and text entire things. Uh, you have to quote the citation for the author also. Then manual review and peer review as in assessment, that you all know that. So we have to read and evaluating submitted document and identify where is the plagiarism will be available, and you can make the use of the help of researcher, educated and peer reviewer, and you give some corrections, so where the text will be taken from that. So normally peer assessment is good. Normally we will conducted by our colleagues or subject experts. We can give, and they will be scrutinize your paper, and through which also we can avoid the plagiarism. Then another one is citation analysis and bibliometric tools. This is a new one. Bibliometric tools are available. Citation analysis also. So it is available in Web of Science, Google Scholar, and Scopus. So lot of tools you available, and you track your users citation references and citation for your own works. This will helpful for verify the integrity of scholarly publications, through which we can detect the plagiarism. If you are employing these type of the tools and techniques for plagiarism detection, researcher and educated can promote the our work as academic integrity, and we can escape from the discourage unethical behavior, like upholding our credibility and reputation. So we can improve our reputation also. So we can use these type of tools and techniques, so through which we can minimize the plagiarism. Next one is, yes, ethical consideration in academic writing and publishing. Nowadays, this is very important. First, wherever you are using, first you must check your honesty and integrity. Whether we are honestly we are doing our works, whether we are following, adhering the ethical standard and practices we should follow. The next one is authorship and contributorship. We already in discussed. So we should give the citation to the proper author, and all individuals who have made significant contribution to the research should be listed as authors, while you those who are contributed in other ways and should be acknowledged properly. See, acknowledgement is very important. If you are acknowledged, others works properly cited, then it is a ethical practice. The third one is conflict of interest. That means authors should disclose any potential conflict of interest that could be influence their research, normally such as financial interest, affiliation, or personal relationship. Then plagiarism and self plagiarism. It should be completely avoided. Okay, you should not do self plagiarism. Also, we already discussed. Then data integrity and reproducibility. That also we should not do. We should follow. We should not reproduce the others' works. We should not take others' works as well raw data. We have to translate and we have to modify. We have to change it. Earlier we discussed how we can do, how we are doing in textual as well as source code. Then informed consent and human subjects. A lot of researchers are conducting studies involving human oriented subjects. It should be obtained from proper permission from the institutions or the government if you are using. So normally you should do where the sources. So normally in a research work we are doing no sources, that is a primary data or the sources from which will be uh, SYZ company like that. If you are doing, then it is a good. Then if you are dealing animal, okay, animal welfare and the ethical treatment. If the researcher working with the animal should, you have to adhere the ethical guidelines of humane treatment and how to care of the animal in research. It is not important for the social science research, but it's very important for science oriented research. So normally this study involving animal related subjects. Okay, if they are doing animal related subjects, you should follow the ethical principles. Then publication ethics. This is very important. Editor or publisher should uphold a ethical standard and peer review progress, ensuring your fairness, impartiality, confidently. So you should promote transparent accountability. If you are doing any publish your paper, you should show where the correction is needed, where the errors will be minimized. So you should follow the publication ethics. Then responsible for conduct of research. This is very important. So normally data collection analysis, or if you are doing any interpretation or reporting, so that time you should follow some disciplinary norms and professional code to conduct these research. Especially we are following some principles of governing ethics. The next and the last one is ethical oversight and compliance. So this will apply like a institution or funding agency or some regularity body like a government. You should provide oversight and guidance ethical issue in research. You should follow the rules and regulations and the relevant law related activities, and you should follow some ethical standard. So this is very important. So these are the points connected with regard to ethical consideration. If you are following ethical consideration, you can escape from the plagiarism and you can avoid the plagiarism. Next slide, please. I think it's over. Yes. Thank you to all. Thank you to the organizer, and thanking for the patient listener, participants from the academician as well as the scholar. Thank you to all. So I didn't tell about myself. I am Dr. Karthik from Kalasilingam Academy of Research and Education, Srivilliputtur. I am a associate as well as head for the commerce department. Thank you to all. If any questions or queries, welcome. And you can share your feedback also. See, nowadays it is a needy topic. So first of all, I thanks to organizer organizing a wonderful research related program. Thank you, organizer. Thank you, participants. Participants, you can
Hello,
unmute.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you were telling like there are some techniques. So, would
Yes,
you please elaborate some techniques to reduce the plagiarism, sir?
yes, sir. Especially the tools which are available nowadays. No, you all know that paraphrasing tools and turnitin, Grammarly tools. Even we are using nowadays Chat GPT. If you are properly you are using and don't believing that tools as it is, you can make the paraphrasing the grammar or reuse the word, but afterwards you have to change your own words. Then you can escape from the plagiarism. Even I am using the tools and techniques just like I am putting the tools and you can do it will leads to plagiarism, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. There are a lot of tools it's available online, sir, but don't believe the tools. Better you can buy the original software like turnitin, paraphrasing software, Quillbolt, Grammarly. So these are the software you can minimize and escape from the plagiarism. Apart from that, you should do two aspects. One is you can make use of the quotation. So quotation nowadays it's allowed only 5% of entire works. Then you can giving citation or reference to others authors work. If you are giving both in the review of literature where you are using their names and you can give the reference properly, then you can escape and minimize the plagiarism. Sometimes the plagiarism will be created because of not using the style of citation style. I already informed, there are different styles like APA styles, MLA styles, Chicago style, IEEE styles. If you are using proper, then we can escape or minimize the plagiarism, sir. Aslam, sir, may I answer your queries and
Yes,
questions?
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I request the organizer, sir, if there would be a hands-on session, that would be very helpful to us all, sir. This session was very informative. Along with that, I request organizer if there is any kind of hands-on session that would be very helpful to all of us, sir. So thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. So if you are giving an opportunity, then I will tell you how to use the tools and techniques in like a hands-on training. Hmm? I will do, sir. See, other participants, you can give your feedback. You can chat or you can post your questions in chat box. Aslam, sir, which university? Where you are from?
Sir, actually, I am an associate professor in an engineering college, sir.
Super, sir. Super.
Sir, will this presentation
Thank
be
you,
shared with
Meghana madam.
Dear participants, if you have any doubt,
Yes, sir.
please
Organizer will
unmute
share.
yourself and ask with our expert. Please.
sir? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, participants, thank you for your active participation and supporting us to make the program a successful one. Then and finally, thank our resource person, Dr. S. Karthik, Head and Associate Professor of Commerce in Kalaslingam Academy of Research and Education, Srilabuttur. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
sharing
sir.
your knowledge with us. Yes, Madam Jyoti, are you have any doubt?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Uh, Thank you, sir. It is a very informative session. Just, I have a question.
Ah,
Uh,
yes, ma'am.
as Yes, as you told me, sir, that we can use the paraphrasing tools to remove the plagiarism. So, after if we use the paraphrasing tool, then I also need to give the citation and referencing.
Ah, yes, yes. So this is a good question also. Suppose if you are doing a paraphrasing and you
Yes,
can change the structure,
yes, sir.
definitely you should do the citation. Citation
Okay,
and reference is very important.
okay, sir.
It will minimize the plagiarism to
Okay,
small extent. So
okay,
as a researcher, you should
mm-hmm.
do the credit to others' work.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mm.
Okay. Any of the ham have a doubt? Dear
Thank you, Suma,
participants,
madam.
yes, sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Dear
sir.
participants, thank you. Uh, Thank you for once again. I heartfully feel very happy to thank to you. Thank you so much. Your certificates will be shared within a couple of days in our WhatsApp group, and a recorded video also I will share in the WhatsApp group. Okay. Anyway, thanks to all of them. Shall we wind up? Shall we
Thank
wind up
you,
the session?
Niveta, madam.
Hello, excuse me.
Yes, yes.
Ah, yes.
Uh-huh. Sir, I just request please conduct any session in which we can learn how to use the tools, paraphrasing tools, and how do we use to remove the plagiarism tools.
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
please conduct a session soon.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Okay,
I
thank you.
can show how we can use the hands-on training
Okay,
also will be given and how to
okay,
use the Mendeley software or EndNote. So these are the reference tools. If we are
okay, sir.
using these reference tools, and we
Mm-hmm.
can minimize or escaping from the plagiarism also.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello,
Yes,
sir.
madam.
Sir, are you sharing
Yes, yes.
the feedback form in the group or feedback form
Yes,
is
ma'am.
there
I
or
will share the. Yes,
feedback
yes.
form on
It
the
will be
group?
shared in the group. It will be.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it will be shared in the group on today night. Okay.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you. It was a very good
Okay,
session.
madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, participants. Thanks for your active participation. We will surely meet on the next program. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks to
Thank you to
everyone.
all. Bye.
Thank you. Good night to everyone. Good night.